Welcome back to the Puzzle Detective. Today we are working on our first figure logic puzzle, and as you can see from the grade here from Dell Magazines, this is a beginner level. Trust me, these puzzles can be very complicated, but for today's show, we're doing a puzzle to kind of get through the basics. On future programs, we'll be coming back to figure logic puzzles that are much more tough to solve. The reason that this one is graded beginner is that because they've given you a number to start with here. It's a very easy starting point, and then there's a logical progression as long as you can sift your way through these clues and figure out the right order of solving them. We don't necessarily solve across in order and then down in order. You have to kind of make your way. It's like kind of following on the trail of a criminal, and they aren't necessarily going to go from point A to point Z. There's a lot of places in between that you have to try to zigzag your way through. So that's what we're working on now. We finished our first pass. Next, we're going to take a look, re-examine our clues and move to clue 1 across. 1 across says it's 3 across plus 13 down. When we originally started this puzzle, 3 across was blank and 13 across was blank. So we would have had no way of knowing what the answer for 1 across is going to be. But by solving the problems beforehand, we now have 62 and we also have 91. 62 and 91, very simple math, gives us an answer of 153. Again, very reassuring as we go to look for the place where we now fill that in, that we have that 1 in the correct place, the 3 in the correct place. We can be pretty sure that that 5 is correct and that we're on the right path. Let's cross off that clue. By reading through all of the rest of the clues, the next logical place, clue number 7 across, is working with the previous answer of 1 across, which we have. So let's go there next. 4 times 1 across. 1 across is 153. 4 times 153 is going to be 612. 7 across. Once again, that 1 middle digit is already there for us. We can feel pretty confident that 612 is the correct answer and cross that off our list. 14 across would be a good place to go. We already have 15 across, which is the clue that we need to work from in order to get this one. 4 times 15 across. 15 across is 12. 4 times 12 would be 48. Let's go ahead and put 48 in. Now we can move on. Now that we have 12 down here, 72, we can move on to 3 down. 3 less than 12 down. 12 down is 72. 3 less than that would be 69. The 6 is already in place. Let's add that 9. 9 down. 5 more than 1 across. 1 across is 153. We can now solve 9 down should be 158. 5 plus 153, 158 for 9 down. 158. Now that we have that, let's move on to 8 down. 1 down plus 9 down. Once again, previously we wouldn't have had this answer, but now that we have filled in both 1 down and 9 down, we can do the math and figure that out. Let's do that very quickly. We've got 158 plus 111. 158, which is 9 down, 1 down, which is 111. Very simple math there. 269. 8 down, 269. Now we can cross this off our list. 4 down is where we want to go next. 100 more than 8 down. We just filled in 8 down. 269. 100 more than that would give us 369. The 3 and 6 are in place. We can now solve that. 16 across. Let's move back here. Now that we already have this solved, 369, 1/3 of 4 down. Oh boy, here we go. Now we're getting into division. We're going to test your mettle. 369. Since we're going with 1/3, we're going to be dividing by 3. Luckily, these are all very easy numbers to divide. 3 goes there once, twice, 3 times. 123 is going to be our answer. 16 across. 1/3 of 4 down. 123. Let's move on to 10 across. 2 more than 16 across. That's a pretty simple piece of arithmetic. 123 plus 2 is going to render 125, and that 5 is already in place. Let's move on to 5 across. 3 times 11 down. A little bit more complicated multiplication. We've got 243 times 3, 729. 7 and 9 are already in place. The only thing that we have to add there is the 2. And now let's go to 6 down. Digits of 10 across rearranged. Well, there's no math really involved there, but let's take a look at the digits of 10 across. We have a 1, a 2, and a 5. Well, we already have a 1 and a 2 in the 6 down clue. The only digit we haven't used from 10 across is 5. We can fill that in. Well, we only have about 3 clues left to solve, so let's see what we can work with next here. As I look, we have actually 3 clues that we did not have to go to, but we can use them to make sure that our previous answers are correct. Let's go to 5 across. 3 times 11 down. 11 down is 243. 3 times that, 729. I believe that we did that. I just hadn't crossed it off. Even the puzzle detective is prone to going back and retracing his steps. Let's take a look at 12 across. 70 more than 5 across. 5 across was 729. 70 more than that is, in fact, 799, which is what we have there. We know that that's correct. The only clue that we've not used is number 11 down, 8 less than 6 down. 251 minus 8 would be 243, and as you see, we've got 243. Once again, it's kind of cross-referencing just to check everything to make sure that we were on the right path and that we had all of the answers correct. Anytime you find a number that doesn't make sense, means that somewhere along the way you've made a mistake. You're going to have to go back, maybe erase a few numbers, and rework through the clues. But that's your basic figure logic beginner puzzle, and there will be other figure logic puzzles we'll work in the future that are a little bit more complicated than this, but I think that this is a good starting point. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back with more of the Puzzle Detective right after this.
Every chess situation is a puzzle waiting to be solved. Here is today's Puzzle Detective chess puzzle. White to play, mate in 1. Do you see it? I'll reveal the answer when we come back.